Hey there, all my beautiful soul peeps. Angel of the Dawn, back with another Divine Masculine Collective message. Hope everybody's doing fabulous out there today. Shout out to all of my new and existing subscribers. You guys freaking rock, and I love each and every one of you guys. I continue to get new subscribers each and every day, and you guys just make me feel so blessed. Thank you so much for all of the love and support you guys show me here on the channel. So the energies, we're still in that gateway, we're still in the portal, still same message, basically, shakeups, breakups, still a lot of projecting, deflecting, people clinging on to karmic cycles, not wanting them to end, because they feel safe and familiar. Ending these karmic cycles is really a big step for most, because it's really not so much about the person or situation. Well, it's kind of the situation, but not so much about the people and situations externally, but what they bring up, positive or negative, and what you're transforming from and into. And so letting go of these cycles almost feels like letting go of a part of yourself, and it may kind of be in a way, but it's parts of yourself that were like programs, things that weren't really a part of like your initial soul, but more, you're shedding more layers of programming and other people's thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that have been placed upon you throughout your entire life. So those can be hard to let go of, because it feels so familiar. Most of these things have been with us, like I said, most of your life. So letting your guard down enough to realize that those need to go is a big transition. So there's also a lot of manipulation right now, people trying to manipulate others again. For instance, in these karmic cycles, it seems there's one trying to break away and one trying to seriously hold on. And so the person that's seriously holding on is keeping the one that's trying to break away from moving forward, because it's like, keep pulling them back. It's almost like being in let's see, not everybody's watched the same things I have. Okay, let's try to find a different metaphor here. I can't think of a metaphor at the moment, but it's like just being pulled back into something you're trying to get out of, something you don't really want to be in. It's like, I guess maybe a job. Okay, say you have a job that you've had for a really long time, but when you go home at night, you're exhausted, you're stressed, and it's not a terrible job, but it's not fulfilling, and you don't feel revived and alive, and it's just not on the higher vibration. But it gives you a steady paycheck, and the people. You may not even get along with the people very well, but the people, so they're familiar. And so, every time you put in your letter of resignation or put in your 2 weeks, whatever the case is, they offer you a raise, or offer you the best company parking spot, or they offer you something else. And none of these things are going to change any of the other situations. You're still going to go home stressed and tired and not full of life. You're still not going to get along with these people any better just because you're making a little bit more money or have that parking space that you want, or whatever the case is. So you keep getting pulled back into it, though, because the situation has improved, so to speak, with a raise or the new parking space. But did it really? I mean, on the surface level, yes, it seems like it has improved. But deep down, you're still having all the same feelings and all the same resistance, and having the life force drained from you in ways that, are not beneficial to you. Um, so if that makes sense, it's like you keep getting pulled back in because of certain things. Now, the manipulation could be a lot different. It could be a lot of mental and emotional manipulation. It could even be, you know, using money as a manipulation tactic, withholding money or offering money. Uh, it could be playing on every one of your insecurities to keep you stuck. Now, that's something that people really need to be discerning about, because when you have relationships, friends, family, intimate partners, they tend to know, a lot of, if not all of, your weak points. And they can play on those, and it don't have to look like they're being mean to you. They can be just causing doubt within yourself by saying, like, do you really think you should be doing that because this and this and this happened, when you did something similar, or when you did something like that before? Do you really think you should be doing that? Even if, your heart and soul is telling you, yeah, this is the direction I'm supposed to be going. So they could be just causing doubt, feeding on your own insecurities and old programming. So just be discerning. This is for everyone, not just divine masculines, but I feel like it's really big in the divine masculine collective right now. And I'm not for sure, because I know there is some humans out there, I don't know what to call them because about what I'm about to say. There's some humans out there that are what they call empty, I think it's called empty seaters. But basically, there's ones out there that are just kind of like a human shell. They can mimic up to like the solar plexus energy, but they can't really tap into that heart space because they don't have the soul connected to the heart. So basically, it's kind of like their artificial intelligence. It's kind of like their AI. To be honest, I mean, that's what it seems like to me. People out there running around, and it's kind of like they're the ones that are more easily programmed and have usually, what do you call it? Not good intentions, or their intentions are to keep people stuck and to keep people from moving forward. And so everything will, they can tap into the energies of the first three chakras, but when it comes to really creating, like, they need your energy to truly create. And they don't exhibit like real and true and deep love. It's all surface level. Probably anytime that things start to try to get deep, they will move off into something, or like cause drama in order to keep you from realizing they can't go any higher than that, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm not explaining this clearly, so I'll just move on to something else, because I don't feel like I'm making the verbal connection for you guys that is necessary for you guys to see what I'm seeing. So anyway, but then I also feel like there is, like, it's so kind of strange, because I feel like there is a group, like the divine feminines, like we're up here on one level, not that anybody's like better than anybody else or anything, but it's just like further up on the ascension. There's a level of us divine feminines, and then you've got the divine masculines right after that. And I kind of feel like there is, in some cases and not all cases, another level then of like divine feminines. Now these divine feminines could be, some of them could be matched up with divine masculines from the top divine feminines, if that makes sense. But it's because the divine masculines are supposed to trigger an awakening in this next level of divine feminines. It's not for them to be with them, but it's for them to trigger the awakening in them, if that makes sense. For then that level of divine feminines to then move and be able to move into closer union with their level of divine masculines. If all that makes sense, I'm seeing it as a chain, and each wave, because we've got waves of twin flames, but I feel like we also have waves of divine feminines and waves of divine masculines. Obviously, that's how you get the waves of twin flames. So for that to happen, and it doesn't have to be twins that activate twins, and it doesn't have to be your twin that activates you. And honestly, I don't know necessarily that you even have to have a twin energy to activate, because you've got the Kundalini Rising. I feel like it just depends on what level of ascension you're on, where you're at, whether you actually need another person to activate you, or whether you just tap into that essence yourself. So if any of that makes sense, I kind of feel like that may be why some of these karmic situations are staying stuck so long, because it feels like a twin template or a twin energy. And if you guys have watched my videos in the past, you guys know that I believe that we only have one twin, and the only reason that other people may give us the idea of it, because I honestly don't feel like that it feels that way, because I don't know that any of us know really what a twin energy feels like. It's everybody's projection and idea, and there's been some things written, but to actually feel it means you have to be fully healed, fully open chakras, and be totally in alignment. And so does the twin, because that to me is the twin energy. You only have one person that matches your exact energetic vibration, your harmonics. Other people can mimic some of the same energies, because like your sacral chakra energy and their sacral chakra energy may match up. And it could be multiple chakras, but in my opinion, only the twin will match all of the chakras, all of the energy levels, and sync up in that twin energy way. So anyway, I feel like that's where people are getting kind of confused, and thinking that, oh, this is my twin. Well, it's because there's a connection, there's an energetic match in certain areas. It's like connecting the dots, but not all the dots connect, but maybe you can still kind of see the picture. You can tell what the picture is, if that makes sense. So anyways, I'll quit trying to use my cheesy metaphors and move on, but hopefully you guys kind of get the pictures that I'm trying to paint. All of this stuff is coming through like this right now, and trying to actually be able to paint that picture for you guys where you guys can actually see it is not always easy. So hopefully you guys understand what I was trying to say in all of that. So I did already pull the runes, and it's so weird because there's like 25 different runes, and I swear it's like the same 5 to 7 runes keep coming out over the last, since I've had them pretty much. It's like the same handful or the same groups. And so we've got strength, we've got wealth and possessions, we've got wisdom and signals, and then we've got the self or female. So I feel like the divine masculines, they're needing to have strength and pay attention to their signs and signals, their wisdom, their inner voice, their intuition, when it comes to themselves and possibly a female or females. And then something to do with their wealth and possessions. There's been a lot of energy with having to release some type of wealth and possessions in order to move further into alignment, and then for that to be replaced with more. I don't even know if there's a room for release. There's separation and things like that, but anyway. So it could be because we don't have anything like that. It could be that the divine masculines are realizing through their intuition and through signs and signals and going within themselves that they may have to let go of something or they may have had to let go of something and be strong and have their strength into moving into something bigger and new and to move forward. So we'll see how those play out in the actual reading. I'm going to use the tarot dice first, and then I'm going to use the tarot sexual magic to clarify. And then we'll use the Gilded Reverie to get help and guidance. Okay. All right. Okay, Divine Masculines. You've got the Six of Swords, the Justice in reverse, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands. What is that in reverse? Nope, that is in the upright. Okay, so I feel like you're moving forward, even though it may be painful in some area. Like I said, you may have had to walk away from a situation in the past, or you may realize that you have to walk away from a situation, and you feel like this could feel like it's unfair, but I feel like this is going to happen quickly here with the Knight of Swords, because I feel like there's something about not having any more to offer to the situation, or just, this also could have been the loss of money, and that could be what is unfair. Like, you could have started out more of a king of pentacles, pretty solid and stable financially, and the situation could have brought you down to like a page, like demotion, and so going from a king to a pauper type of situation, and I feel like you're going to communicate and move with this pretty fast if you haven't already. I feel it. I feel like this is happening quickly. Excuse me, I had to get a drink. Could be having throat chakra issues. So yeah, all of this feels like, yeah, I'm moving forward. I'm not happy about it. There was something unfair about this situation. I feel like I lost a lot of money, or lost some kind of stability. It could have been a job. It could have been, could have been money, possessions. But I feel like there's been a demotion in status in some way. And so now there's going to be forward movement and communication about the situation. You could be following your intuition, or this could be keeping secrets. You could have a secret love, because you've got the High Priestess here with the Ace of Cups and the... I can't even think of what these are today. Page of Wands. The Ace of Cups and the Page of Wands are both in reverse. So I feel like this is like a secret love that nobody knew about. You kind of kept it under wraps or buried deep within yourself. You may have not even realized it because you were burying it in some way. Like, this could be a realization of loving somebody that you didn't think that you did love or wouldn't love again or something like that, with those being in the reverse. And then you've got the 3 of Cups in reverse and the 10 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so that feels like maybe this is a past relationship that didn't work out, and still may be something that needs to be healed from that. And then we've got the 9 of Cups and the Hangman in reverse. So you could be overindulging, or something may have not worked out in the past because of overindulgence, ego. Maybe you didn't sacrifice and you ask other people to sacrifice, or something like that. You were just selfish, and maybe even arrogance, ego, something like that. And I feel like there's overindulgence. I feel like it could be like if you drank too much. Maybe you were rude, or maybe just whatever you overindulged in. Maybe when you did those things, it caused you to be a part of yourself that, without whatever. Because I'm kind of getting, I don't see the devil, but I'm kind of getting addiction type. But some kind of overindulgence. It could just be ego and things like that. Just, thinking that, you were better than someone else or everyone else. And, I don't know, something like that. Some kind of overinflated ego, and overindulgence. And so, but I feel like that, whatever that was, maybe ruined a relationship or a situation that you still haven't healed from. And so you've been holding back your feelings here, keeping them a secret about this situation. Something like that. But I feel like this feels like old stuff. This could even be like childhood stuff coming up, and maybe realizing, okay, say that you do have some type of an addiction. This could be realizing the true root base cause of that. Like why, what about your upbringing? What about your life situations? And what about your acceptance of who you are is causing you to be overindulgent or to be addicted to something else. It's like, this is like deep childhood wound stuff right here. I feel like really needing to heal. This could even be like if you had an absent mother or father. Maybe you've always acted like it was no big deal. And that's what you suppress. This may not be like an intimate relationship, like with a sexual partner, but more like a parent or a grandparent or somebody that, you wanted in your life or something like that, but wasn't. And so then you just always were kind of like, well, that's cool. That, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. And so this could be really coming up. That could be, like deep-seated reasons, unconscious reasons for this overindulgence and possible addictions. But it's something like that. And I feel like this situation over here, even though I feel like this is more to do with a relationship, like an intimate relationship, a sexual relationship, and money, this situation I feel like is bringing up this like childhood stuff. It's because something about this situation is triggering and opening up old stuff. So if that's what's happening, I know it's going to be difficult, but dig as deep as you can into that, because sometimes there's layers and layers and layers that we got to go through downwards to find the root cause. Because I've talked about going from the bottom up about healing, but in order to get to that place of healing, we kind of got to fall through those layers, those cycles, all the way down to that root, and then rise back up, to clean those layers up. But first we got to fall through those. So like if I've talked about molestation as an example before, as like a childhood core wound. If that was a situation that has been a core wound for you, something that happened when you were little, then that probably affected you on multiple levels and layers throughout your life, and that kind of branches out, and it's like it touched this part of your life and that part of your life and that part of your life. So as you go back down through the healing, you might, or when you are trying to get to that core, you might stumble over, this thing that just happened a week ago, and then this thing that happened a year ago, and then this thing that happened 5 years ago, and so on and so forth, falling back into that to get to that deep core wound, if that makes sense. I just don't feel like my metaphors are coming through today. Like I see the messages and the images, I see them, but I'm not feeling like I'm communicating them very well. So anyways, moving on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. The divine masculines are really feeling stuck and stagnant. This situation could have been stuck and stagnant, like I was saying with talking about the work environment earlier when I was talking, making the metaphor there. I feel like, the divine masculines know whatever situation that they're in, whether this is work or whether this is a relationship, they realize it's stuck and stagnant. It's not going anywhere. It's not this new beginning that they thought it was, here with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, they could be stressing about it a lot. And it could be really heavy on their mind, and they're not talking about it. With the the Page of Swords, and then the Emperor in reverse, Page of Swords and the Emperor, actually all three of those are in reverse. The Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the Emperor are all in reverse. So it's like, I feel like this is like giving up on where they may have put in a lot of work in the past. They're realizing that this isn't going anywhere. It's stressing them out. They know that they're losing money. They know that this isn't any kind of new start. They could be losing a big chunk of money. There's no communication, I don't feel like, or at least the divine masculines aren't wanting to talk about it. They do feel like the situation is out of control and unfair. Of course, we've all been there as we're going into this ascension. We've all been in these situations where it's like, oh my gosh, this is so unfair. Why? What did I do to deserve this? But it's not about that. It's things are happening for us, not to us. So look at the reasons why it's happening for you. What possibly could come for you if this left. You know what I mean? So that's more the questions that we have to ask ourselves. Okay, so yeah, and that may be where you're going here, divine masculines. You've got the Hermit, and then you've got the Ten of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands in reverse, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so the Queen of Wands in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so you could be getting clear. Now, you could be involved with someone that is all about money. They could be very passionate about money. And that basically could be kind of, it doesn't have to be, but it could be one of those like humans that I was talking about where their chakras only go up to like the solar plexus, those first 3 chakras. And so it's like this person has a lot of drive and passion, but it's all for like material gain and material wealth, and it's kind of like fuck anybody else or everybody else, and I'm gonna get mine regardless of what it does to anybody else, or who I have to hurt, or who I have to deceive. I feel like some of the divine masculines could definitely be in relationship with a partner like that, and so I feel like they're putting an end to that. They're realizing that this isn't some kind, and that it could just be that they're finally seeing that in this person, because with the Hermit here. And so they're putting down the wands, they're putting down the burdens, and even though they feel like it's unfair that they have to lose money, because, you know, this person was all about money and somehow, you know, they ended up losing money in this situation. So yeah. Anyways, let's get to the major arcana. I don't have a lot of time. I gotta get ready to go. So yeah, we've got the King of Wands in reverse, the Empress in reverse, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun. So it's like not being passionate or making a decision, or realizing, not necessarily making a decision, realizing that there's a loss of passion, that maybe the intimate partner that you could be with is not truly your divine feminine here with the Empress in reverse, because Empress is usually representative of the divine feminine. I also see the Star as the divine feminine a lot. Anyways, so it's like time to end cycles, to begin new cycles in order to be happy. There could be some big change here with the Tower, and you've got the Tower and the Six of Cups. So it's like a cycle ends and you like get this relief, this sense of relief and unburdenment. But then another Tower comes in, and this could just be a good Tower, like a quick realization, some kind of information outside of yourself, or just something that comes up inside of yourself that brings up the Six of Cups energy with the Judgment. So this is reconciling with a past life soulmate and moving into the future with the Three of Wands. And yeah, you are also Four of Pentacles in reverse. You're letting go of, if you've been in union with this past life soulmate, this life, you're letting go of any of the old baggage and junk from that. If not, this is just releasing old thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that have kept you from moving forward to this past life soulmate, to reconciling with this past life soulmate. Let's get a few cards, and then I gotta wrap this up. So yeah, lots going on here for the Divine Masculines. I feel like in all different areas, like there's a lot of realizations, a lot of things coming to light, a lot of changes, a lot of changes. But this energy has been moving in layers, in cycles, a little bit at a time. It's like this is just more solidifying this energy. It's been coming in. The Divine Masculines have been getting waves and whiffs of this energy, and that's what has caused them to start questioning all of these different things, because these waves of energy keep coming in and moving them closer towards clearing their energetic fields and moving them closer to the divine feminine. And like I said, it's been coming in layers. It's like chipping away that layer that's keeping them apart, and then chipping away that layer that's keeping them apart. So alright, Divine Masculines. Okay, Three of Pentacles. So that could be a contract, that could be a commitment, that could just be set, knowing where they want to build after all of this blows up, because there's a lot of endings and just things being cut off, blown apart in this reading. A lot of realizations too. Oh crap. Okay, we'll keep that one. All of these others that I just threw out, well, let's see how many there are. There's quite a few. way these all should go. Alright, so we've got the moon in reverse, so getting out of any type of illusions. We've also got the death, that's transformation, the end of something and transforming. Then we've got the Knight of, that's the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, maybe moving forward to offer their cup of love. The Sun again, moving into happiness. Damn, a lot of major arcana. The Hanged Man. This could be seeing from a new perspective or kind of being stuck in actually taking action. Could also mean, hold on, what does that one say? Yeah, this could also be a sacrifice. You could be having to sacrifice your wealth or possessions, money or material objects, in order to be able to move forward in your ascension. Five of Cups in reverse, so you could be realizing, you know, this is what it is, this is what I have to do, and so there's no more fighting it, no more resistance, no more sadness. 10 of Swords, now we got healing going on up here. Well, you could be healing from this situation through healing from this childhood situation. Got the Fool in reverse, may not be ready to take a leap of faith or may not know how to take that next step. 3 of Cups in reverse. You may not feel like, almost I feel like not worthy, especially with that coming in over here in this, what I feel like is this childhood issue. Yeah, I feel like this is like just not feeling good enough, or some kind of like self-image or self-worth type of issue that needs to still yet be overcome. 4 of Wands, not feeling stable or secure. So like there's an end of a situation and I feel like it's creating. Okay, hold on, let's get, then we've got the King of Pentacles. How many do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yep. And then we've got the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Whew. Okay, so I feel like whatever this relationship is up here, whether that's work, hold on, I gotta adjust my chair. Whether that's work, an intimate relationship, I really feel like it's an intimate relationship, but it doesn't have to be. Whatever that is, this relationship has brought up old childhood issues and wounds, and now you're kind of seeing this relationship through a new light and realizing that it's not good for you, but it's also created or still brought up these old wounds that you're having to dig through. Like you're ending cycles that are, oh, I can't even get this out. You guys could really be having trouble speaking your mind, or, you know, getting your words from your head to your mouth, because I usually do not have this much trouble. Usually my words just flow. But it's like this situation is helping clear up some stuff, but because you're realizing that it's not good for you, you're also realizing a whole bunch of other stuff. So like you're realizing, hey, this person may be taking advantage of me, manipulating me, stealing from me, something along those lines. But then so that's also creating, and it's like, I don't want to be in that. But then at the same time, you're like, but if that person can treat me like that, and if all this happened, you know, that traumatized me before, well, then I'm not worthy. I don't deserve love. I don't deserve good things. I'm never gonna be. I feel like there's a lot of nevers and always going on right now. You know, I never do this, or I never deserve this, or I always end up getting this, or, you know, so a lot of definites, a lot of very extremes, but definites, like it is this and it is that, and that's, you know, you're not leaving variables, you're not leaving room for anything to change. So This is like needing to let go of, I'm not going to have time actually to do the help and guidance. Well, I'm going to pull one. But yeah, so this is bringing up a lot of things that need to be addressed. You do have to realize your own worth. You have to realize you do deserve love. And really you have to find all of this stuff within yourself, and then realize that once you find it within yourself, you attract that same energy to you. Help and guidance for the divine masculines. Yes. Ooh, yeah. Man, this came out the other day. You've got the mice and the magnifying glass. Somebody could be stealing your ideas, intellectual property. It's like, examine the situation. There's something about whittling away a little bit at a time where maybe you don't notice, but at money, at possessions, at your energy, at your self-esteem, your self-worth. Like, somebody is in your space, and it could be more than one somebody's, that are deceptive to the point where, how do you put that? They make everything seem like it's all on the up and up, but all the while they're taking from you in some way. And like I said, whether that's money, well, time, energy, resources, but also self-respect, self-worth, self-esteem, anything to do with the self. It's like, and it's happening in such small increments that it's not noticeable. So you're needing to take a magnifying glass and really, really examine every single aspect of the situation. This has absolutely come up just recently. So there's definitely some deeper truths that need to be realized about people or situations. And I feel like there's more than one. There's actually, how many mice are in this? 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 4 mice in this. So there could be 4 people. It doesn't have to be. It could just be one. Could be one person with multiple personalities. You know, I don't know. So anyways, help and guidance is to really examine all of your relationships and situations, and also examine like where your money's going and why. And it, you know, did you used to have more money and now all of a sudden you don't have money? And or not all of a sudden, over time, did you lose money over a long period of time? Examine why. You know, really look at that. You know, who was in your space during this decline? Who was maybe whispering in your ear to do this or to do that, that made you like lose money? You know, like if somebody was telling you to invest in this, or let's, you know, try doing that, or let's buy this or something like that. You know, really examine all of those types of situations, because you got some mice in the mix, and you know, they're sneaky. They go around when you're not looking and eat all your food, and you know, chew on your cords, make you have to invest more money. So yeah, and I feel like, you know, you really got to dig deep and really do some deep examining on that situation. Okay, I gotta wrap this up because I gotta go. All right, so if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, give me the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so. And when you do subscribe, if you hit the bell, you can get notified when I put out new videos. Share, comment. I love to hear from you guys. If you guys are interested in personal private readings, all that information is in the description box below. I do still have the Twinflame and the Twinflame mini special till the end of the month. You can check that out below. Also, any of the other services that I offer is down there, and the information for my PayPal if you guys would like to do an energy exchange donation. So all of that's down in the description box below. And I love you guys so very, very, very much. And thank you all for being here. This is Angel of Dawn saying peace, love, and light out. Until next time.